What up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shogunner here today to bring you another Bleach review. So, as you guys remember from my last review, I said I was excited to see Rukia's Bankai and what it'll bring to the table, and it turns out that Rukia's Bankai is it's just a pretty strong one shot where her whole body turns pure white. So she's like the embodiment of Snow White in her Bankai, and she's dressed like a royal empress or something. So I guess you can call her the Empress of Snow or whatever. But it's an interesting look. It's really interesting. But it's her Bankai essentially. I guess it's the absolute zero and one quick wave, inescapable unless you're like stupid fast. Uh, I guess that's the difference between the hacks of her Shikai and her Bankai, because her Shikai is pretty hacks. But if you guys remember, it takes a while for her to gradually build up to that level. And on her Bankai, she's one shot, just like that. So I guess that's cool. That's pretty cool. And it's pretty cool to see Byakuya, who's actually, a little proud of his little sister, man. That's all right. That's what's up. That's what's up. But in this chapter, which is chapter, man, what chapter is this? It's chapter 570. Sorry, it's called Closer, Closer. But in this chapter, we actually get some a pretty a pretty nice insight into Asnot's psyche, and as of course Asnot, this is the final moments of him being alive, and we go back to see what Asnot is afraid of, and you can see that in this instance in his life, he's in a, I'm not sure if it's a hospital bed or a testing bed, but he's somewhere and they've been running tests on him. I'm guessing. It's just my pure speculation. I would like them to delve deeper into this, but um, he's saying he had to do something to stay alive, and whatever he had to do was really painful because he's in the bed and he's like, "Wow, this is so much pain. Why'd I have to do such a painful thing to stay alive?" And uh, I forgot my train of thought. Man, yeah. Why'd I do such a painful thing to stay alive? And they say if I die, I'll go to heaven or hell, which just means he has some type of religious black background. And you actually see a snapshot of a glimpse of a Bible next to his bed, and they say if I die, I'll go to either heaven or hell. Heaven, I hope there's no pain, so I must be headed for hell, which is more pain than this. And then that's and where he lies his fear. It's not dying, but it's dying and going to hell. That's what he fears. And he says, if I he says hell is, it has to be worse pain than this I'm feeling right now because I'm still alive. He said that's pretty scary. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to hell. And His Majesty himself appears in front of his bed and says, "Wow, this one is still alive. Okay, I'll bestow you my power." I guess he can sense the fear in him, and that's where he gets, that's where he gives him his power, or gives the power for him to instill fear upon other people, which is actually pretty nice. I don't know if everyone's gonna agree with me. Who cares? But I thought it was a pretty nice gesture, and it added a little bit to Asnot, who really wasn't that complex at all. It added just a little character to him. I liked it, albeit he's dead now and doesn't matter. But but I still liked it. I still liked it. And I'm trying to think. of what else happened before the main thing happened I want to talk about. Um, Nothing. Nissan, Rukia. Oh, we kind of figure out that Rukia, the reason, well, I anticipate the reason she didn't go straight off into Bankai is because her Bankai is really, really dangerous. If she makes one mistake, it can kill her. So I would, really, especially since it's kind of hinted that she just figured this out whilst training in with the Royal Palace. So yeah, I would be hesitant to use it as well. Um and so basically the last part of the chapter we have Yachiru, the little Yachiru with the pink hair, the lieutenant. She's with Captain what is her name? Kotetsu? Is it Kotetsu Isane? I think it's Isane Kotetsu. I think that's her name. The Healing Corpse Lieutenant. Anyway, Yachiru's with her. So Yachiru has been running around the place getting beds and other medical supplies for Isane. And Isane's like, I'm sorry that because this is really dangerous. And Yachiru, she's thinking nothing of it. She's like, no, it's just something for me to do because Kenny's not here. And, and she's like, all I have to do really is grab something and run. It's no, it's nothing at all. And Isane was like, I'm surprised no one has followed you back here, because if that's all you've been doing, I'm surprised you haven't contacted an enemy so far. But actually, someone did follow her back, and his power is really, really interesting. I forget his name, but I know he's Sternritter V. Yeah, V for Vanish Point. And I don't think we've ever been introduced to this Sternritter before, because I know a while back when we got introduced to a bunch of Sternritter at once, I don't think V was one of them. At first, because when he comes in, he sort of um he's talking, and Isane can hear him, but she can't see him. It's then we get this one panel where he's wrapping his arms around Isane on sort of like some creepy shit. And he's wrapping his arms around Isane. And at this time I'm thinking, I'm like, he looks a lot like na, whatever his name is. But he's wrapping his arms around her, and then he just vanishes. So he's clearly followed um he's clearly followed, I just said her name, Yachiru, from where she got the last supplies from. He's clearly followed her back to the hideout. So when he wraps his arms around Isane, Yachiru instantly punch knocks this guy out, and he disappears. And he's like, did she just hit me? No, she can't hit me. That is not allowed. That is, she must be punished or whatever. And it's the same type of hit is inflicted back on Yachiru. So what I'm thinking is he hit her back, but she didn't see him, because in an instant he vanished because he has the ability to vanish his existence either in your either physically or even in your subconscious. Yeah, it's pretty hacks. I'm thinking as soon as I read that, I'm like, oh my God, that is so hacks. I'm like, oh, that is the coolest shit like ever. Stern Raiders and their powers, man. They be Kubo be on some cool shit, man. It started with the superstar, man. The superstar. Superstar. It was just the coolest shit ever. So this guy he's a special ops. Actually, he's essentially a part of the special ops unit and of the Stern Runners. And so he has the power to vanish his existence, either from your memory or your subconscious, and physically, he just vanishes out of nowhere. And I guess he can choose who he wants to vanish to, because Isana can still hear him. She can still hear him, but she can't see him. And that's where the chapter ends off. So those two are gonna have to double team to take on Sternritter V, and he is. I don't know, his power is pretty hacks, man. I don't see how that's gonna end well. I really don't. I think the captain is gonna have to come take that guy out. Might be Kenpachi. Might be Kenpachi. I don't want him to come yet, because, he's a big dog. So he's a big dog. He's gonna take out some. He's gotta take out somebody. I think stronger, not some unknown Quincy we don't know about. What I'm thinking is the first Kenpachi. Even though it's implied that he killed her, it's implied that he killed her, but she did. I want to say bring him back to life, so she could bring herself back to life, right? Probably not. Who knows? Who knows? Her power's really not even directly stated. Like, who fucking knows? But she did bring Kenpachi back to life. She did do that. So maybe she can bring herself back to life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, like the video. Molest that like button. And peace. I'm out. Guys, have a nice day.